Oh yeah. Wait a minute, girl, can you slow down? Wait a minute, girl, what's the rush now? I wanna introduce myself to you. My name is one-on-one guy, to prefer now. I like the way you put your fists together. I like the way you do your hair in the morning. I see why all the boys want you, girl. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the Commanders update as we have multiple things to talk about, from Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens versus the Commanders in a joint practice, to the Washington Commanders update on the ownership sale, and we also have NFL report cards. So the Washington Commanders grade, was it good? Was it bad? Stay tuned to find out. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case our Washington Commanders. We want to roll to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to check out my new channel, Juan Gotti TV. That link is down below in the description. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video, ladies and gentlemen. So, first topic, let's go ahead and get it out the way. Washington Commanders ownership sale update, okay? The Washington Commanders is still going to be sold. As we know, we celebrated it last week. The official reporting from Daniel and Tanya Snyder, they're gone. They will be sold, okay? But the thing is, it will not be approved at the owners meeting, okay? That came out. It will be no voting on the ownership sale at the meeting, at the owners meeting that's coming up in a couple weeks. Alright, so let's read the full article here. It says, while the Washington Commanders and the bidding group led by Josh Harris have reached a purchase and sale agreement, NFL owners will not vote on the franchise sale during the league meetings next week in Minnesota, per NFL's ESPN's reporter John Kahn. The sale needs to be approved by 24 of the league's 32 owners to be completed. So again, it's going to get done. It's just not going to be done by the owners meeting. It's probably going to be done by mid-June, late June, you know, but hopefully just before training camp is all I ask for. Alright, that's really all I ask for, to be honest with you. Just before training camp. Anything after training camp, like, it would be insane in a sense. Like, come on, we're supposed to be starting this new thing now. We're dragging it on longer than it needs to be. You know, I'm pretty sure it's 24 owners out there that are dying to get you know, the sale done and over with. So what's the hold up? You know, I know it's probably the financial thing that they have to work out and all of that, but I expect it to be done before training camp is all I ask for. I think it's probably gonna be done late June, mid-June, but I'm personally asking for just before training camp, alright? Because, you know, it's that quiet time before training camp starts, like late July. Early and mid-July is pretty much quiet, ain't nothing going on. So that's the time period that I'm just asking for, alright? Just before training camp, we get out done and we can move on. So again, ladies and gentlemen, no ownership sale will be voted on at the league's meetings next week in Minnesota, but it's still very, very, very much happening, okay? Alright, moving on to the next topic. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens will be facing the Washington Commanders in a joint practice. Does that mean Hard Knocks too? Possibly, but I'm just excited that we're doing joint practices again. You know, every time we did a joint practice, I think it was against the Jets. I want to say we fought. I think it was Joe and Reed. They fought them. Or was it the Patriots one? I know the Texans one was when D'Angelo Hall was on Hard Knocks. It was the feature team. You know, and the Texans was the main team, and he tore his Achilles or broke his ankles or whatever. But I also remember us getting into it, I think it was with the Jets. And then we had the Patriots where Tom Brady was down here. So it was very fun, and I'm glad that we're back into it because we need it, alright? We need to have this toughness. We need to have this matchup. We need to have things shaping up before preseason, before the regular season starts, alright? So this is going to be a good task. This is going to be a huge task because we got the Baltimore Ravens, who is a world-class organization. They got their franchise guy, Lamar Jackson, so you already know he's going to be there. Alright, so this is going to be a perfect test. I'm hoping Lamar Jackson is going to be there. I hope it's not one of those days where he's just like, you know, chilling, and, you know, he may not practice. I'm hoping that he works out. But even if he doesn't play, Tyler Huntley is very capable of carving us up, as he did do us in the preseason. But again, that was the backups, you know. So we'll see. I'm hoping Lamar Jackson turns out and plays these couple practices. We're going to need the competition. So I'm excited about it. You know, they got Zay Flowers, they got Rashad Bateman, they got Odell. So our secondary is definitely gonna be getting tested. Ronnie Stanley versus Chase Young, that should be interesting to watch. Mark Andrews versus the middle of this defense. So our defense is gonna be fun to watch, and it's gonna be up for the true task, man. Our offense versus their defense, they got Roquan Smith, they got the edge from Adofe Awu. I don't know how to pronounce his name, which I know who I'm talking about. They got obviously a nice secondary with Marlon Humphreys and Kyle Hamilton, who I wanted last year in 2022 draft. So they got some pieces. All right, it's going to be a very, very tough time to face those guys, but I'm excited I'm up for the challenge, and we need it. Okay, so ain't ducking no smoke, we running up chimneys, as one person like to say, right? We're going to be there. All right, I would love to go. You know, it's in Owens Mills. That's job like out the way for real, but I would love to go to see them boys play the Baltimore Ravens. You know, we actually are having the preseason game that following Monday. So I could potentially go there. You know what I'm saying? They're having the practice on my birthday, so that is pretty cool. So maybe I'll pop off of that, but it definitely is gonna be interesting. Does it mean hard knocks? Potentially, but I don't know. But moral of the story, I'm excited to see our guys go up against these Ravens, man, and get a true test. Then last, okay, before we get out of here, just not a long video. It's gonna be a quick one. The Washington Commanders, they had a NFL draft grade, okay, or NFL offseason grade, all right. And the Washington Commanders was given their report card, all right. Let's see what the Washington Commanders got on their report card. Was it an A? Was it a B? Was it a C? Was it a D? Was it an F? Let's see what they get. All right, put yours down below. What would you get the Washington Commanders off-season grade? So NFL reporter gives the Washington Commanders a C- for their draft class, a free agency / trade grade B, and their EC projected is giving Sam Howell a fair chance to succeed. Their overall grade a C+. You know what? Before we even read why they gave us a C+, that's pretty fair, okay? That's pretty fair. That's probably where I'm at right now. You know, a lot of it is due to what is Sam Howell want to be, but that's pretty fair. Okay, I don't disagree with the grade. That's pretty right there in the ballpark that I would be in, considering the fact that we have the most important position still in question. But Sam Howell could very well change that. But let's see what they say. Key additions / re-signs. Jacoby Brissett, Nick Gates, Andrew Wiley, Cody Barton, F.A. Obata, Tyler Larson, and Deron Payne. Key draft additions: Emmanuel Forbes, Jartavius Martin, and Ricky Stromberg. Key departures: Taylor Heineke, Cole Holcomb, and Bobby McCain. Now, Bobby McCain, not really a key departure for me personally. I did not mind losing Bobby McCain. Yeah, I know how I felt about Cole Holcomb. Know I love Cole Holcomb, man. He was a homegrown talent, and I would have loved for him to be re-signed here in Washington. Him and Jamie Davis finally having that chemistry, and they're going into their year 3s and 4s and together. Or I want to say Cole will be year 5 together. That would be great, but unfortunately that will no longer be the case because my boy Cole Holcomb is in the Steel City, so hopefully he goes crazy there in Pittsburgh. Then you get the actual article and summary of why they gave us a C+. So let's see. It says the Commanders have a strong season, a stronger early off season than it might seem at first blush. They put in a fair bit of work to give second-year quarterback Sam Howell a legitimate chance to succeed. Washington started by hiring former Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy for the same position after years of working fist-hand with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Bieniemy should have a good idea of how to support a young signal caller. The Commanders also added journeyman quarterback Jacoby Brissett, who can mentor Howell and fill in if things go awry. He recorded an 88.9%
quarterback rating through 11 starts with Cleveland last season, and he comes in on a bargain with a 1-year, $8 million deal. The Commanders also added veteran Nick Gates and Andrew Wiley along with rookie Stromberg to improve an offensive line that allowed 48 sacks in 2022. With skilled players like Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dawson, Brian Robinson, and Antonio Gibson on the roster, Howell should have a solid supporting cast. Things went a little wonky for Washington early in the draft when they reached for cornerback Emmanuel Forbes. The Mississippi State product is an immense playmaking potential. 6 interceptions, 3 pick-sixes last season, but the 166-pound defender was the 103rd ranked prospect in the final BR Big Board. Washington could have found better value at that spot, but Forbes joins a defense that ranks 3rd in yards allowed, 7 and points allowed last season. If Howell can finally settle the Commanders' long-standing quarterback issues, they should be competing for a playoff berth this season. So that is a really, really good article, and that pretty much sums up what Washington potential could be. Again, it really, ladies and gentlemen, as big of a deal that people want to make the Emmanuel Forbes pick, you know what I'm saying, whether you like it or whether you don't like it, you're still making a big deal out of it. It's really up to Sam Howell and Eric Bieniemy and how they can get things going on the offense, okay? Because the defense is going to be fine, really. It's just, what are we going to get out of the quarterback position? Alright? We need Sam Howell to be the guy. We need Eric Bieniemy to be able to figure out how to get this offense going. Alright? Because last year, like I said, if we had better offensive play, better quarterback play, even with the defensive injuries, the defensive, lackluster at times, we would have made the playoffs. So we need to figure out the quarterback position, and we got to hope that Sam Howell is that guy. So really, it's all up to the offensive side of the ball if you really ask me. But there you have it. 3 topics to talk about. We knocked down the ownership update, so no ownership sale agreement vote will be going on at the owners meeting in Minnesota, but stay tuned, something will be happening at a later date. It's still going to be sold. Trust me, they're still going to be sold. We're still getting new owners, but just they're not going to approve it right now. Then we got the Lamar Jackson and Baltimore Ravens versus the Washington Commanders joint practice that I'm excited about. And then finally, you got the Washington Commanders report card on their offseason. They gave us a C+. That's Bleacher Report. What do you give us down below? And be fair and honest. If it's good, if you give us an A, B, C, whatever, then put it down below. If you give us a D or F, put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. As always, being boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. See you guys next time. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you popped. Get you popped, get you dropped.